Stellantis-Jeep CEO does not believe in an all-electric future and now found a way to stop the EV push. He just unleashed a revolutionary compressed air engine that will literally destroy all EV makers. This engine is so ahead of its time that it left the entire auto industry in shock and terror. They have finally managed to find a way to keep combustion cars on the road without worrying about emissions. We're talking a fuel efficiency of 120 miles per gallon while reducing nearly 99% of current tailpipe emissions. Combustion engines are soon getting banned, and world leaders are forcing us to buy EVs. But hey, what if you don't want one? This compressed air engine could actually be the perfect alternative for the common man. Alright, shut up and take my money. So tell me, when is it going to come out? And how much will it be priced at? And what is it the politicians don't want you to know about EVs? I'm going to be answering all those questions right now. Join me on this ride to know why this brand new compressed air engine is much more likely to spell the end of EVs than you would have thought. Over the years, we've seen various attempts at alternative fuels, but major automakers have often been hesitant to take risks. Well, that's all about to change. Stellantis and Jeep are going to introduce a game-changing hybrid air powertrain. Their 2-liter compressed air engine combines petrol and compressed air to achieve unparalleled fuel efficiency. The system has a compressed air tank, a low-pressure tank, and a hydraulic system, all working in harmony to provide optimal performance. Stellantis, in its relentless pursuit of innovation, has been working on this new range of engines which literally have the potential to throw EVs out of existence. But that's not all. These engines are paired with a revolutionary new transmission which returns a mileage of nearly 55 miles per gallon. And if you think that's impressive, just wait until I tell you about the CO2 emission reductions. Jeep has managed to reduce its average weighted CO2 emissions to nearly 95% of current ICE cars. It all started in 2014, when the first compressed air engines were introduced in the company with Stellantis Peugeot 308. The efficiency of this system is further amplified by reduced internal friction and the use of lockup clutch converters to prevent any slippage. And the improvements in CO2 emissions across various models are nothing short of astounding. But the real magic lies in Peugeot's exclusive combination of selective catalytic reduction and a particulate filter with additives. This combination reduces emissions by up to 90% and eliminates 99.9% of particulates. But how does this magic really happen? Such great fuel efficiency and minimal emissions. Think of the current battery electric hybrid vehicles you know, like the Toyota Prius. Now imagine replacing those heavy batteries with compressed air. That's right, Jeep's hybrid air technology uses compressed air for energy storage. A hydraulic pump motor unit captures energy from the ICE and from braking and deceleration, storing it as compressed air. It's a symphony of engineering brilliance. The hybrid air system is smart, really smart. You get 3 modes: gas only, air only, and combined. An electronic management system autonomously adjusts between different modes based on your driving needs. Are you cruising on the highway? The system will solely rely on the ICE. But if you're navigating city streets and your speed drops below 45 miles per hour, it seamlessly switches to air power. The benefits? They're massive. For city driving, Jeep claims the hybrid air system can slash fuel consumption by a whopping 50%. And it doesn't stop there. Vehicles equipped with this system can see their range skyrocket by 90% compared to conventional engines of the same power rating. I also have some exclusive details about the launch of this engine, so stay with me for a couple more minutes. And here's the cherry on top. In city conditions, hybrid air-powered vehicles can operate on air power alone for a staggering 60 to 80% of the time. PSA is currently testing this prototype and has quoted an aimed combined fuel efficiency of 120 miles per gallon. Yowza! But what about the cost? Stellantis and Jeep CEO Carlos Tavares is ahead of the curve here too. By eliminating the need for pricey battery packs found in traditional hybrid vehicles, the hybrid air system is not only more affordable, but also simpler to install and maintain. Plus, it offers flexibility in passenger compartment design without compromising on trunk space. But you might be thinking, why is the Jeep CEO against EVs? The EV revolution, once hailed as the savior of our dear planet, is now under intense scrutiny, and the man leading the charge is none other than Carlos Tavares, the CEO of Stellantis, representing a conglomerate of 12 automotive giants, including household names like Jeep, Ram, Chrysler, and Dodge. Tavares has thrown a proverbial wrench into the EV narrative, challenging its very foundation. During the inaugural Freedom of Mobility Forum hosted by Stellantis, Tavares painted a rather grim picture of the EV landscape. While the world is racing to replace the 1.3 billion gas-guzzling vehicles with cleaner electric alternatives, the CEO questioned the feasibility of such a massive change. The primary concern? Resource scarcity. The lithium required for EV batteries might not be as abundant as we'd like to believe. And even if there is, the bureaucratic hurdles and geopolitical tensions surrounding its extraction could make the transition to EVs a logistical nightmare. Let's say we were to abandon our combustion cars and move to EVs. But what about the fact that we'd be depleting rare earth metals to make these batteries, which in itself causes a boatload of emissions? Stamping a direct ban on ICE cars, shipping EVs over $50,000 with dismal range and useless tech gimmicks is something companies should really be ashamed of. Out of all the countries in the EU, Germany voted against combustion cars, echoed by the sentiments of car makers like BMW and Porsche, who have been working on their own alternative fuels too. The financial implications of the EV push are equally concerning. With EVs already costing 40% more than their internal combustion counterparts, a combustion ban could drive prices even higher. We've seen the Ford F-150 Lightning go over $100,000, and we're also seeing the sky-high prices of new EVs that are coming out. Tavares said, "I know making EVs is pricey, but we can't just pass those costs on to the customers and expect them to pay those prices," while acknowledging that the regulations essentially dictate, "You sell EVs or you die." He offered an alternative that could result in a very fast 50% reduction in carbon dioxide on average. According to Tavares, replacing cars that are 15 years or older with modern equivalents, like their brand new compression air engine, is the way to go. Other automotive giants like General Motors, Ford, Hyundai, and Rivian are already grappling with the rising costs of battery materials. The new EV tax credit incentives, which offer discounts on cars made in the US, have further complicated matters. It seems the automotive industry is built on shaky ground, with policies that might be more divisive than inclusive. It also is interesting to note that Jeep itself hasn't been immune to the changing market dynamics. Firstly, they had to jump on the EV bandwagon, and then they've been facing a constant decline in sales and a tarnishing brand image too. In 2015, a Jeep Wrangler would set you back around $35,000 to $38,000. Fast forward to 2023, and the price tag has soared to a staggering $52,000. This price hike isn't just a result of inflation or supply chain disruptions. It's a strategic move by Stellantis to reposition Jeep as a luxury brand. This strategy, combined with quality control issues, has adversely impacted Jeep's reputation. Automakers like Stellantis, Ford, and GM have to sell their EVs at a loss or use their ICE business to fuel their EV losses. This was also seen happening with VW, which lowered the prices of their ID.3 for the third time this year in China just to survive in the market. Adding insult to injury are the luxury features that are increasingly becoming standard in EVs. I mean, take automated car parking for instance, or even the ridiculous subscription for heated seats by BMW. With all this happening, the day isn't far when companies force you to pay a monthly subscription to even drive your car. Tavares has repeatedly emphasized that the middle class will be priced out of the EV market if automakers can't absorb the additional production costs. If subsidies are the only way to make EVs affordable, what happens when they're rolled back? Despite having a less aggressive EV strategy compared to its Detroit counterparts, Stellantis finds itself in a precarious position. Even its flagship electric pickup, the Ram 1500 REV, is expected to come with a gasoline-fueled range extender, hinting that the CEO isn't fully on board with electrification. This is where their new engine could come in. Imagine a car which returns 120 miles per gallon and has nearly zero tailpipe emissions, and is also priced affordably. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, not for long. Do you think Jeep's new engine could overthrow EVs? Let me know down in the comments below. We just uploaded a video about groundbreaking news that could seriously damage the entire EV industry. Do check it out if you want to be truly shocked by what's about to happen with EVs.